Today, we've got our hands on a pair of special edition skateboarding sneakers. Stay tuned. These are Nike SB's Bruin High Why So Sad edition, and they look special indeed. Take a look for yourself. Okay, to give these a bit of background, we have to know that the Why So Sad project was initiated by John Rattray, the Scottish professional skateboarder, after losing his sister Katrina to suicide and dealing with depression himself at the age of 39. The project is not a charity, but simply a discussion about what can be an intimidating subject, and skateboarding and sports in general as effective lifesavers, and to raise awareness and start a conversation about mental health amongst youth. If you want to check out the full story and find out what sits behind John's motivation, I've linked the official Nike SB Why So Sad page below, where you won't find sneakers to buy but stories to read. Back to the sneakers, these were released in late 2022 and are based on the basic Nike's SB Bruin that are the first skateboarding sneakers specifically tailored for women. That doesn't mean that guys cannot wear them, but more on that in just a bit. The original Nike Bruin were released in 1972 as basketball sneakers and became famous in popular culture through the big screen, being worn by character Marty McFly in the cult classic film Back to the Future. Those were the low version, and witnessing a pair of sneakers jumping the fence from court to the skate park is not unusual at all. And that's also what happened here, because years later a revamped silhouette of the Bruins joined the big SB family, featuring skate-centric design elements, and were introduced in various height constructions, materials and colorways. This Why So Sad High version was released together with a Dunk Low one that has a different color scheme but same purpose, both composing a duo for men and women. Let's start breaking this down by discussing appearance. The pair I'm holding features a chocolate and caramel main theme, because of course life is sweet, with an all-around brown upper and orange accents in the heel area, on the tongue and on the insole. But what is sweeter than chocolate and caramel, I wonder? Oh, maybe the honeycomb pattern bright yellow laces? These perfectly complement the whole design, and with wear will also match another part of the shoes, but more on that later. Now, the light tan translucent gum sidewalls feature a dotty pattern and color-wise perfectly match the famous zigzaggy herringbone patterned outsole. The tongue is also chocolate brown together with the whole insole. The strip of leather that doubles the eyelets area is finished in pinking cuts on the lower end, and stitching design details can be spotted throughout the sneakers. Quirky design details can be spotted throughout the sneakers that compose the Why So Sad theme, starting with two bright yellow question marks embroidered in the upper heel area, and just below them two other embroidered elements illustrating two depictions of the predatory bird graphic John has revisited on multiple occasions in his creative endeavors, one skating and one bicycling. Also, a skateboarder with the predatory bird's head is cruising on the left shoe's insole, and Why So Sad questions sit on the interior on the tongue on both sneakers and on the right one's insole, together with X Nike SB, confirming the collab. Extra quirky question marks sit on the laces aglets in brown. That is a well thought, very inspired design detail in my opinion. Branding wise, we can spot the big Nike swooshes in sky blue on both sides of the sneakers, Nike SB on the tongue, and another subtle Nike swoosh on the insole in the heel area. Now, what I find weird, but maybe that's just me, is the fact that both on the box and on Nike's website these are mentioned as Bruins High, but on the tongue we can find the text Bruin Mid. If you know the reason that lies behind that, please shed some light in the comment section. While you do that, I hope that I have also earned a subscription from you, and you can hit the subscribe button as well. Moving on, let's discuss the materials used for this. The upper is made from suede in the forefoot area and almost seamlessly makes the transition to what seems to be nubuck leather in the back. Nubuck is typically a top-grade leather that has been buffed to have a velvet-like feeling, and it is well known for withstanding wear and tear gracefully. This one seems to be a thin one. The heel area, just like the whole shoe, is half chocolate suede and half caramel nubuck. The whole upper is soft and malleable, and the heel area more rigid and supportive. The tongue's outside material is made from knitted polyester, and the inside material together with the whole interior lining is synthetic mesh that facilitates cooling. Also on the interior, the insole is made from a thick foam and it is finished on the top in the same synthetic mesh material. We can also spot a partial inner sleeve that connects the tongue to the shoe on the sides going just under the insole that is made from elastic nylon and wraps the foot for a snug fit. The midsole is made from a rigid white EVA foam that can be also spotted through the partially translucent sidewall looking from the outside. Outsole is 100% rubber and is pretty grippy, I must say. It is the kind of rubber that squeaks when you climb stairs or make sudden moves on certain floors. Padding wise, I can spot a bit of cushioning around the heel, mostly in the ankle's upper area, but nothing too thick, and also in the tongue, also not thick, but soft and enough to protect against lace bites. Last but not least, remember when I was saying that the laces will also match some other part of the shoes after wearing these in? Will also match another part of the shoes. Well, that part is the Nike swooshes on the sides that feature a thin blue paint that is made to wear away to reveal the yellow color, perhaps making a reference on the depression that masks the happiness and can easily be peeled off by playing sports. Nevertheless, that is a quite interesting design choice and I gotta hand it to them. This makes me wear these and beat them down just to see that swoosh peel off. Now, because this one sits a bit in the features territory, let's discover the rest of what these have to offer. First of all, as I have mentioned before, the blue Dunk Lows were built for men and the chocolate Bruins for women, but that doesn't mean it can be the other way around. How exactly were these built for women? First of all, the old basketball Bruins were tempered to achieve a slimmer and snuggier fit inside to eliminate feet's movement, and a shallower forefoot and a tapered heel area were also incorporated to better accommodate women's feet. We can clearly spot the tapered heel area that is wider in the middle and narrower as we head down towards the outsole. All of these doesn't mean that you guys won't be able to wear these, but because these only come in women's sizes, you will have to go maybe 1 or 1.5 size up depending on your feet, but there could still be sizing issues and you should really try them on first. And you, gals out there, that comprise 2% of my viewers, if you would also want to try Dunk Lows that are made for men, you should go the other way around and maybe expect them to be a bit loose. Also, don't buy those before trying them on. Now, because of the leather upper and the vulcanized sole, these feature great flexibility and a broken-in feel. Also, the biggest feature of these, after their tailoring to women's feet, is the Zoom Air cushion pad hidden into the insole that provides snappiness and make these responsive. The Nike's Zoom Air technology debuted more than 20 years ago in soccer, basketball and running shoes, and is basically comprised of tightly stretched tensile fibers that are knit inside the pressurized air unit and compress on impact, absorbing it, and decompress rapidly to return to their original state, providing your feet energy return in a springy forward action. Another great feature of which I am always fond of is the extra pair of laces that is included in the box in brown color, featuring the same question mark in yellow at the tips. Now, what these lack in terms of features are on one hand the ventilation holes, and unfortunately the leather upper features none, and we all know how leather hardly ventilates during the hot summer days, and second, also no sidewall stitching, the sole being only glued to the upper, and we also know that in time sole separation can occur, just as the owner of the pair of Nike Blazers that I have reviewed in the past had experienced after only 3.5 months of light casual city wear, and was kind enough to send us a recording. That's why I think a stitching should be there to keep things together when the glue falls apart. Also, their narrow fit also comes with a bad side, and that is making it tough to put these on. You will have to keep undoing laces until you'll manage to get them on, or maybe leave them untied, but not while you're boarding or riding a bike. Okay, let's draw conclusions. Due to the durability of their uppers, together with the snug fit, flexibility and the grippy outsole, these make a great pair of not only skateboarding but also everyday use. Being built on top of a pair of sneakers that goes way back, even style-wise, you cannot go wrong with this, as they are still very much in style and for sure will receive compliments wearing them, especially with this Why So Sad collab facelift. Price-wise, you can find the Why So Sad Bruin High at around 90 US dollars and the Why So Sad Dunk Low at around 120 US dollars. In the end, the thing is, being born and raised on planet Earth does involve getting tangled in some nasty situations, but there is a way out. So if you like this, lace up, grab your board or bike and go have fun. As for me, see you in the next one.